You had to go to Venezuela because there was a military coup. What was the moment you knew it's time for me to go?
It took months and months because although in Chile the brutality started in 24 hours, the Congress was dismissed indefinitely. There was censorship for everything. All civil rights were suspended. There was no habeas corpus, which means that a person can be arrested and they don't have to give you any explanation. And there is no hearing, there is no court. You just go to jail or disappear. You can be tortured and nothing happens. No one is accountable. But although things happen very quickly in Chile, we got to know the consequences slowly because they don't affect you personally immediately. Of course, there were people who were persecuted, and those were affected immediately. But most of the population wasn't. So you think, well, I can live with this. Well, it can't be that bad. No, it's impossible. So you are in denial for a long time because you don't want things to change so much. And then one day, it hits you personally. At the beginning, I was hiding people in my house because we didn't know the consequences. We had no idea that if that person was arrested and forced to say where they had been, I would be arrested. Maybe my children would be tortured in front of me. But you learn that later. And then by the time I was directly threatened, then I said, okay, I'm leaving. And my idea was that I was going to leave for a couple of months and then come back. So I went alone to Venezuela. But I do remember the moment when I crossed the Andes in the plane. And I cried in the plane because I knew somehow instinctively that this was a threshold, that everything had changed, definitely changed.
How did you explain it to your children?
I didn't, and that's my crime. We tried to protect the children from fear.